Namaste, my beautiful beauties, beautiful queens, beautiful, powerful being of lights. Many times people ask me where do I get the subjects for my reading. Most of the time, I guess I just channel them. They just come into my head and then I just go ahead and do it. You know what I want to do this reading about, and I want to do only three set of cards. How I want to do it. The conversation between the souls, his soul and your soul. Again, you already know that I have explained many times in my previous videos that very often what comes to men, it's you are and your soul are one thing together. Your soul, your spiritual, your essence and your physical body, you are not disconnected most of the time. Only when you allow somebody to mistreat you, you lose connection with yourself. When you are a victim of a narcissist, covert narcissist, a victim of abuse, of horrific circumstances, then you lose that connection with yourself and you turn into something else. That's what happens when you allow somebody to mistreat you. But so I told you, but what comes to man, one, that his soul is one thing, one essence, and his physical body becomes very often, especially during a lifetime, disconnected with his soul, his essence. This is why they can absolutely lose that connection. Only 2% of his soul can be there. Of course, each one of you have different circumstances and different men with different amount of life he lived, different amount of lives you've been meeting each other, knowing each other. But I want to do this reading as soul conversations. His soul talking to your soul. I want you to choose one of three cards. We will do it like this. His soul tells you this. Your soul tells him this. I'm gonna do several decks. His soul tells you. Your soul tells him. Choose one of three. His soul tells you. Your soul tells his. And I'm gonna do another deck. Again, choose one set of three cards. This will be the conversation of your two souls. His soul right here, your soul right here. His soul tells you. Your soul tells him. His soul tells you. Your soul tells him. His soul tells you. Your soul tells him. And I'm going to take one more just to see what is there. Three set of cards. Use one. Choose one. The soul conversation. Soul to soul conversation. His soul tells you. Your soul tells him. His soul tells you. Your soul tells him. His soul tells you. Your soul tells him. This we will start. Please concentrate on one number. Girls who put timestamps, you already know the routine. My energy automatically already put out there. Those of you who put timestamps, I call it the vibe of opening the door. You are getting it automatically for doing this. My endless gratitude. So, my beautiful queens, number one, let us start with him. Oh my God. Oh, how sad it is. I want to cry right now. His soul tells you, lover cards. I already told you that from now on, I'm not going to use the word TF, aka twin flames. But this is the karmic soulmate relationship. His soul tells you this is the soul level. This looks like this is the situation between you two right now. Lovers, astrologically, your man, Gemini, or astrologically your man is a Libra. Astrologically, Venus, the greatest love of all. Also, sometimes this card signifies the sign of Sagittarius, but it doesn't matter when we're not looking into zodiacs now. One of the most complicated situation. You have karmic soulmates. So his soul tells you, I love you the most. You have been my love for a long. I'm afraid this is me right here, because I feel all this goosebumps everywhere, hot and cold flashes, and I want to cry. I feel like my tears are running my face right now. Like it's so hard for me even to talk, because I saw it too. It's me right here, and it's many of you. This was awakening. Your appearance in his life was humongous awakening, and it was humongous awakening for you, but his soul tells you, I cannot yet, because Seven of Pentacles, I cannot yet make this choice, and I do not know if I will be able to make this choice. This is the strongest love, the love of eternal, immortal love, but always there are barriers between you two. Again, what barriers? You are from different everything, upbringing, cultures, religious families, social statuses, so on and so on and so on. This is hard. He's telling you, you are my soul. You are the fire of my soul. You are my heart. You are my inspiration. You are that fresh ocean breeze. Without you, my heart would stop. His soul tells you, you are my true love, not just in this life. I've loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. The strongest, the most fundamental love of, okay, all right, I will say it. I will say the words twin flame, even though there would be one twin flame among 10 million who consider themselves twin flame, but lots of you are on my channel. Why? Because I attracts like. Unfortunately, for some of you, for many of you, this is a married man. This is the connection, all 7 chakras. We are talking about crown, sahasrara, third eye, ajna, throat chakra, vishuddha, heart to heart, of course, anahata, solar plexus, manipura, sacral, svadhisthana, root chakra, Muladhara. You are connected in every possible level, and he tells you it's barrier between us. There is a choice I cannot make, but please, I love you. You must know with every particle of your existence, I love you. You are me. You are my soul. But in what comes to this, represents the, I could talk about lover cards till tomorrow, my beautiful queens, but 7 of Pentacles represents the earthy matters which are right here, and his soul says, I can't. I know you want to be with me. I want you you want me to make that choice. You want me to make this step. I cannot do it. I yet cannot choose. If I choose you, I'm gonna lose this. Some of them gonna lose their kids or their position or their family, or maybe, I don't know, half of the world. I can't do this. So I know you're suffering that I'm not with you. You're struggling that it's not going anywhere. I know. I want to move on myself, but I can't because you are in every particle of me. And I know, but please hear my soul. I love you. Girls, please do not forget, whatever this is, the soul level, you have to base your actions towards this man only based on his actions. Again, I'm repeating this, soul to soul. If he acts like a total jerk, you have to act accordingly. Don't forget, be high value woman, high value, high respect, high sense of love, sense of respect, sense of dignity. And the last one, willing. He is willing to be with you, but so far this is not happening. I am not looking into the future right now, my beautiful queens. This is soul to soul, what his soul's telling you now, what your soul telling him. Your soul telling him, you are not giving us any chances, the fool. You are out there. Yes, some of you are really dealing with a man of a higher level of society and married man. You are out there in your mansion. You're out there with all those money and so on and so on. But don't you understand, in order to find your soul, that it was written in many sacred religious and spiritual texts, in order to find your soul, you have to be like a child. You have to be like a fool. You have to take that step towards not material, because fool is not attached to material. But my love, you are attached to material. You love money. You love that mansion. You see this card, there is a mansion out there, huge mansion with the park. You're attached to money, to mansion, to your position in society. You are attached to material things, but those material things are temporary. You don't want to look into a child in yourself. This is the quintessence of a soul, a child, innocent, full of life, and not thinking how much money I'm making or will be making, what I'm gonna be losing. You don't take this chance, but then you by not taking this chance, you are losing the chance to find the truth. This is your soul telling his, but at the same time you understand how hard it is on him, how excruciating difficult it is there. And so your soul looks at him and say, okay, my love, breathe, 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 and see this beautiful world around you, beside your mansion, beside the money, beside the bank account, beside the position of society. Breathe and look around. Why are you afraid to be a child? Why are you afraid to look into the core of yourself? Why, my love? Don't you think you need to get a chance, to give yourself a chance to do that? This, my beautiful queen, set of cards number 1. Set of cards number 2. What his soul is telling you. Why are we all married here, huh? Marriage card, four of wands. Either you are dealing with a married man, another fool here. So there are two meanings in these two cards. I want you to understand. The two meanings of these two cards is this. I would, my love, give it a chance. I would just be like that fool, and I would walk off this cliff knowing that the force of light is going to pick me up and take me to you. But I cannot do this because I have a family. For those of you, I'm going to give you two messages, because there are two messages here. One of the messages for those of you who are with a married man, especially if we're talking about fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, the message for those of you. So if only I was not married, if only I didn't have to keep the stability of my family, I didn't have to be responsible for my family, then I would take this step towards you. I would be with you. I would be with you in no time. My battery is dying. I would take a chance, and I would be with you. I would marry you. I would, because you are not just my wife in a meaning of the we're having a paper which tells us that you are married to me, I'm married to you. No, you are the wife of my soul. If only I could, I would be with you. I would be with you every breathing moment. This is the message for those of you who are with a married man. For those of you who are not with a married man, the message would be, you are my you are my home. Because what do you see in this card? You see a man and a woman together with you, for being together with you. The fool doesn't belong to society. The fool doesn't belong to dogmas. The fool doesn't belong to religion. He doesn't belong to the paradigm we are forced to live. The fool says, you have to trust me, my love. You have to trust me that I am going to make this step. I'm going to exchange it like this. This would represent you, and this would represent him. I would make this step towards you. I would deny all the fears and all the doubts, and I want you to know there is no one other than you. I love you more than words can say. My heart is burning for you. My heart is breathing you. I breathe your name in. I breathe your name out. Sometimes, believe it or not, girls, that this two card might mean might mean that the marriage, because the fool has to completely leave the life he had before and completely start a new life. So him leaving and stepping forward, and his soul tells you to have faith with him, because he not yet having that faith to step forward, because you see a cliff here. But to him, you are my everything. You are perfect together. You are harmonious together. Only with you I feel like myself. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to hesitate. I don't have to wear a mask. I don't have to be anything else. I have been sitting in my shell for a long time. You came to me and you woke me up and you shook me out. I want to be with you, nobody else but you. This is really a beautiful card, and the oracle says, oh, interesting, unexpected. Okay, now we have to take into consideration. You see that this girl is walking through a certain type of a cave, and you see this new shining beautiful city out there. And if we take this together with the fool, then you really are up to a big surprise from this man. Again, I'm repeating myself, please. This is the soul. This is the soul conversation. Base your actions only on his actions. Now, what his soul is telling his, why did you break everything in my life? You know, before you came into my life and you broke everything, and then you were gone. Then you came and everything I knew was stable. Everything I knew was stable in my life, it was falling, tumbling down. And I know that you are living as well in the tower which you think is stable and which you think is sturdy, but it needs to be tumbling down. You broke everything old, and it was scary for me. It was really, really scary. The earth was shaking. I had to go through so much because you came into my life, but I survived. I became stronger. I know who I am, what I am, and I know how to control my feelings and my emotions and my desires. The white horse represents emotions and feelings. Black horse represents the intuitions. And you are telling him, if you don't come out from a prison, excuse me, my beautiful queens, I need to plug in the battery because it's all going to die. If you don't come of that prison you are leaving, then I am not going to wait for you forever. I'm going to come out of it. I'm going to break free. I am not going to wait for you for forever, my dear love. I love you, yes. I have gone through absolute full transformation of my life, of what my soul was and what it is now. I had to rise and I had to come into a burning castle and come out and go back to a burning castle and come out 10,000 times, but I know who I am. I broke through my fears. I broke through my walls, and you need to do the same. You need to take control. You need to bring yourself from up reversed position to upright position, because if you don't, then I'm gonna break free. I can take control of my feelings, my emotions, even my love to you. Take control and break free. I'm not going to wait forever. And what else you are telling him according to this card? Give back. So you were giving and giving, and now he needs to give back. So again, this is you telling him, you were receiving so much from me. I was a giver, I was a giver, but now you need to give back. And if you don't give back what I deserve, if you don't treat me, if you don't make my dreams come true, I'm going to break free and get away from you. This, my dear beautiful queens, is a set of card number 2, and the last one, set of cards number 3. His soul is telling you, his soul is telling you, I feel that I always knew you. The 6 of cards, karmic connection. When I was very little, you know what I want to tell you, my love? When I was very little, I saw you in my dreams. I saw you there. I saw your face. I knew your face before I even saw your face in real life. I think I knew your name. I saw you in dreams. My eyes were looking for you among the girls in school, among the crowd. I was looking for you. I always knew your face. And finally, you came into my life. And finally, I recognized you, and I knew it was you. I knew it was you. Somehow I knew. My heart knew it, and I felt this nostalgic feeling to something what was lost. Girls, for some of you, this is a man from the past. So not from the past life, because for all of you who chose this is the man from past life. But also for some of you, this is the man from from your past. Probably you went to kindergarten together, or you went to school together. So this is a man coming back from your childhood or from your youth. You haven't seen each other for a long time, and you thought that love was lost forever, and this love is coming back. So it's union of two souls which were separated and now united, whether we're talking about this life or we're talking about the past life. And please believe me, my emotions are sincere, even though I am acting like this Knight of Wands, uh, because I'm burning with so much passion to you. But you have to know, even though I act like I want to endlessly make love with you and hold you in my arms, as I don't have any patience, I want you to know that my heart and my soul, because this is his soul talking, is fully flying to you every moment. This, I feel such closeness to you. I feel such gentleness and such tenderness towards you, that I want to see you waking up, or I want to see you in the morning when your face is touched by the ray of the sun, sleeping when you're not awake yet, and I'm dreaming to softly caressing and touching your face. Even though sometimes my soul is burning, because the night of, especially girls, if you are dealing with the fire sign, with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, because right here, of course, there is a personificator of a fire sign. Even though he's like a match, he fires up, he's burning, and but his feelings are really deep and really, really beautiful, and he's very passionate. He can even scare you with, like he tells you, like, I can even scare you with my passion and desires. But and sometimes I can act like, oh, I'm such a charmer, I'm so hard to love. But he does have the child soul. So in his child soul tells you, and my soul is filled with tenderness and gentleness towards you. And look at this, and simply love me. Love me tender, love me sweet. I don't remember the rest of the words. Okay, love, simply love me. Yes, I am all over the place. I can act like fire, but Cups talks about water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I can act like water, but please just love me. Love me. And your soul is telling him what? What is your soul answering him? Judgment. And you're, wow, my goodness, how beautiful all these cards are. It's just, I'm so glad and so happy that okay, we're really, really talking about karmic connection right here, because what do you see in Judgment, my beautiful queens? The old life ended and the souls are rising for new life. A little bit scary. And you're telling him, I love you so much. I love you so much. And again, girls, there are two cards you have to take into consideration. Two cards of the old love finding you. 100% karmic soulmates, but for many and many of you, this is the man who you have known in the past, in your childhood, in youth, in school, him coming back. Because what happens is, when you separated, that Ace of Cup kind of fell. For some of you, what's happening for karmic soulmates, you did have his image in your soul, you did have his image in your mind, you did have his image, probably you saw him in a dream, but the life was happening, you got married somebody, or you got in relationship with somebody, and you did and you separated, and you were broken hearted. So the Ace of Cups fell. But here comes either the old love, or here comes unexpectedly that soulmate whose image you had seen in your dreams, or you simply felt him in your heart. And here comes this. and your soul tells him, your soul tell wait a second, where is this? Yeah, your soul tells him, I love you so very much that it scares me, because for me it means to believe and end the old life and start new. But I love you so fully, so deeply, so truly as well. You feel tenderness and gentleness to him endlessly, that it even scares me a little bit. But you know what? Why don't I simply believe in this beautiful adventure? Girls of third card, it's unbelievable. I want you to see how it mirrors. You see, there are two kids playing here. There are two kids playing here. There is the Ace of Cups and Judgment. This is the union of two souls, which from the beginning of this life and from the beginning of creation of this soul's war, meant to unite and to be together. Beautiful third set of cards. This, my beautiful queens, is all for today's reading. I am wishing you all the most beautiful things in the world. Namaste.